What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out. Then I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll send this link out. Then I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's Friday, y'all. About to get to these charts and get to it. Had a good day yesterday as well. We're going to break that down also, but let me go ahead and send this link out. Hey, somebody got that bell on. Shout out whoever got that bell on. We just started live. You're already in this. Shout out to whoever you are. But let me go ahead and drop this link. We are live. All right, cool. Damn. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all hopping in here. Got about 9 minutes, got about 8 minutes till London session starts. Got a few setups we're looking at right now. Looking at possible GJ sells, looking at GN buys. Gonna be watching gold and NAS, seeing how it's gonna be playing around on their daily levels, and then we'll go from there. But as far as currency pairs, we're gonna be watching GJ and GN right now. Went 2-1 yesterday. I think we're like 5-2 for the week, something like that. So we're up for the week, and then also the trades that were winners, they were huge risk-reward setups. So we're going to break that down as well. So we're looking at possible sales for GJ. Those that have been watching at least this week or for the month, you know we've been catching buys. And then we saw this reversal. Price failed to make new highs. It tried to reattempt multiple times to make it higher high, but it kept rejecting this resistance level. And then you saw yesterday, price finally rejected to the downside. So if we can continue to respect this level as a resistance, we can look for a sell. Even though it already shot down this way, if we continue to respect this level as resistance, we're going to look for a sell position here. So we're just going to wait and see what London session is looking like. But as of now, it is holding. Did this quick move down here. I believe that was when the news popped up, because we did have some news events last night. We had JPY news yesterday at 11:28. So again, we had JPY news yesterday, but those I was here either Monday or Tuesday. I think even London session was saying tentative, and basically that means that the news is going to be going down, but they don't know exactly what time. So you see they updated the time. They probably did that super last minute, but it ended up popping off last night at 11:28, and then we had JPY news at 2:30, so a couple candlesticks ago. Then going into London session, we have a Euro news at the beginning, Spanish CPI, orange folder, but we're still going to see what happens. It might still affect the Euro pairs. And then going into New York, we have Canadian USD news at 8:30. Then we have USD news at 10 o'clock, and that's how we're ending the week off. Yeah, so right now we're looking at GJ sells possibly, and then GN buy possibly. Those just joined the stream, we have not entered this yet. It's just a trade idea. We have not entered this yet. We're waiting for the London session opening candle, and then we'll go from there. We're watching GJ, and then we're watching GN right now. My bad, yo, I'm writing some trade ideas up. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all hopping in here. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. It sounds fine on my end. I'm just testing out because I know yesterday we had some slight issues with the audio. But sounds good right now. So we got about 3 minutes until London session starts. So we're looking at possible GJ sell if price can meet our confirmations and stay below this level. I'm also watching GN as well on the other screen. We're going to be watching GN and EN. Had a quick move last night. Didn't get into it though. Decided to sleep. Yeah, so I like EN as well. So we're gonna look at possible EN and GN buys, and then I'm watching GJ for possible sells. Been an extremely choppy week, but there were still a nice setups we jumped into. There were a few we missed, but we still got into a few of them as well. One of them was SPX. We entered this on like Tuesday. It finally exploded to the upside. Well, it did it on Wednesday as well, but it did it yesterday also. Caught a nice move. So price ended up hitting that level and rejecting to the downside. So if price continues to respect this as a resistance, we're going to wait for price to retrace back down to around 45.35. Then see how price reacts there. Now, price breaks below this level, starts treating as resistance, then I might go for a sell position. But if it continues to respect this level of support, I'm going to wait for price to break above this level and then possibly go for a buy. But price breaks below this level, we might go for a sell. We went over this and mentioned this on yesterday's stream as well on Wednesday. But also looking at NAS, it's kind of similar, right? It's still respecting this level as a support, which is a good sign, but it's also been struggling to make a higher high. So depending on what price does today will determine that. If price breaks back above around 15,600, I'm going to watch and see how price reacts there. Then I might go for a buy. But if it keeps retracing, I'm not going to really go for a sell unless price breaks and holds below 15,400. Then we could possibly see a sell and reversal. I'm still trying to lean towards buys, but again, I'm still going to follow the rules and wait for price to break my levels and meet my confirmations. So I just have a game plan for if price goes up, where I'm going to be looking for entries and what kind of entries I'm looking at, and if price goes down. Now, again, the reason why I'm looking for a sell here is not because price is going down, jumping for a sell, is because looking at market structure, again, price moves three different ways. You're only going to see, I don't care what anybody else says, you're only going to see three patterns. They might call it different things, but if you just, just look at it, these are literally the only three patterns you're going to see on the chart. You're going to see an uptrend or a downtrend, right? And then the third one is consolidation, or what people call a sideways market, or just to simply put it, when price is ranging, right? So uptrend consists of higher highs, higher lows. Downtrend consists of lower lows, lower highs. Consolidation, when prices consolidate, you want to wait for it to break out of this level. You don't want to enter a trade when price is just ranging. You want to wait for it to break above the level, wait for the retest, enter a buy, or you want to wait for price to break below the level, wait for a retest, and then enter a sell. All right. So now that we understand that, we can clearly see that price is bullish, which is why we've been going for buys. But looking at where price is currently at, what would be the next thing for us to see the bullish momentum continue? We just had this huge higher high. We had this higher low. So the next thing would be a higher high, which we see price failed and struggled to do multiple times this week and last week. So depending on how price goes today in the news, if price struggles and fails to break above this level and make a higher high, price could reject this level and we could possibly see a reversal. Now, I'm not going to say a downtrend because we still have this strong support level here around 50,200 that we'd have to break, because price could drop here, then shoot back up. But price breaks below here, we're going to go for short-term sells. So that's what we're looking at with NAS. But London session did just start, so let's go ahead and pull GJ back up, see what's going on there. Yeah, it looks like it's about to drop back below that level. Yeah, I'm liking this. So we're going to wait to see what happens. We're going to wait for at least a 5-minute candlestick to end. Those just joined the stream, we have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Last week we went 12-0, caught a total of 39,736 pips. Last month we went 55-4, catching a total of 151,295 pips. Right now we're looking at a possible GJ setup for a sell, and I'm watching Ian for possible buys, but we're just chilling right now waiting for confirmations. Yeah, I like how this is looking. So you see price is literally retesting it. It's respecting it as a resistance, which is a good sign. We literally see price tap this level and it's dropping down. So we can continue to hold this low as resistance. I'm not against going for a sell right here. Got a nice strong level of price right here. We're going to see if we can take out these lows to the left. I'm also watching Ian right now as well. So let me go ahead and write these trade ideas up. Still letting it do this thing. I want to wait for at least a 5-minute to end and a new one to start before we jump to none, especially because it's the opening candle. But price continues just to range like this. I will wait for the next 15, but we're just chilling right now. Let me write some of these trade ideas up. Ended up going 2-1 yesterday. We're going to pull that up in the Telegram in a second after I write these trade ideas up. But I am liking how these are looking. 79.15. Oh, 79.15. Yeah, I'm liking this. My bad, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yes, I'm writing this trade idea up. I haven't jumped in this yet. We might jump in a second. I am liking how this is looking. Yeah, I like this right here. Yeah, I like this right here. I think it's dropping too. Yeah, I'm jumping in this. Give me 1 second, y'all, because I'm looking at another pair too. I'm trying to write these trade ideas up. Let me go ahead and post this disclaimer. But I am in this GJ sell right now. Damn. See, that's why I was quiet. Because like I said before, we was looking at EN and we was looking at GJ. So I was trying to type the EN signal up, but it shot up too quick. So I did end up taking this position, but obviously I'm not going to post it because the ideal entry will be right here. So if it ends up retracing, I will post it. But that's why I was trying to hurry up and type that up. But, you know, the markers ain't going to stop for me. That's why we do these lives, so y'all can see what I'm looking at. And then, you know, if y'all see what I see or agree with what I agree with, y'all can jump in as well. So that does end up retracing back to my entry. I will post that on the free channel. But as you can see, that thing's jumping off. I am in this as well. SL for this since it was so choppy this week, there's a lot of levels, but honestly, I'm just going to pick the nearest one because, again, we don't want to have a super tight stop loss. So I'm looking at around 179.15 for this one. Going to see if we can break down 176.85, hold below that level, and we'll go from there. EN's still pumping up, though. I was trying to type that up, but that thing started flying as soon as the opening started. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all hopping in here. I'm going to catch up to the chat in a second. I'm just trying to type some stuff up right now. So we're going to see if we can break these lows right here. Yeah, we're going to see if we can take these lows out because this is what price did last night. Hit the bottom of the zone and then retrace back up. So we're going to see if we can take these out right here. $780. All right, Ian's retracing a little bit, but where my level is, well, we can just point it out because sometimes I explain stuff, but it's easier if y'all see it and we super break it down. So my entry was right here at the beginning of the candle. So it was around like 78.45 and price is currently at 78.60. So yeah, that's like a 20 pip difference. But where my stop loss is at, if y'all enter right here, the risk reward, if it does the full move, is a 1 to 2, but the first target is going to be right here. So it's not even going to be a 1 to 1. So that's why I'm waiting to see what's going to retrace. If it doesn't retrace, you know, we're just going to look for more setups, is what it is. Because again, we do not chase trades over here. Price will retrace. Price always retraces. Now, whether you miss the retracement is one thing or another, but price always retraces. So if it doesn't retrace at that moment, then you just wait for price to hit the next entry level, which is that's whether that's above or below it, or you just wait for price to retrace. So it's retracing a little bit right now. It's getting close to the entry. I want to see if it has a level right here. It's probably going to be stuck above. But if we can retrace a little bit more, I will post that out. For those out here at the beginning of the live, we was going over that. We're saying we're looking at GJ and EN buys, GJ sells. Let's go ahead and pull up these other pairs as well to see what's going on. Of course, before I started live, I did a quick analysis, but a lot of these pairs have been super choppy. I kind of just don't like how they're looking. Like GA, looks like the bullish momentum is coming back into play, but we're going to leave that alone for right now. Let's go ahead and look at gold since we got some time now. So gold's continue to respect this level as a support. Now, gold's in a little bit of sticky situation. So we do have an imbalance right here. So depending on how the news affects the markets, we could possibly see price reject to the downside and come to around 1934, 1932. Now, depending on how price reacts there, we could see price push back up and the bullish momentum come back into play. But if it breaks below that level, depending on how it reacts to this level of traffic here, we could see the downtrend continue. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens today with the news, especially on gold. And same thing with the indices. Again, like I mentioned, at key levels whether it breaks and pushes above or rejects to the downside, we can see the bullish momentum continue, or we can see short-term sells. But as of now, we see NAS still trying to push. But again, we're not going to insert until it breaks above our level right here. So we're just chilling right now. So we're going to write this up, just mark this up. What's going to be the first targets right here? This is decent stop loss. Could put the stop loss right here. Or I could put it right here. I'll put it right here. Right, so this will be a decent risk reward. I could put the stop loss a little bit further down, but this will be a decent move right here. So if it does the full play right here, this will be a nice 1 to 5, almost 1 to 6 risk to reward. But of course, we have to wait to see how price reacts to this level and wait to see if it can break and hold above that level. Went for a nice SPX buy yesterday, though. This was a nice 1 to 5 risk reward. Broke above the top of the zone, almost hit the second level here. Did the retest and rejected to the downside. But you see here that it's still respecting this level as support. So same thing. If it breaks back above this level, we could look for a possible buy setup. So we're just going to be watching and just patiently waiting on those pairs. What's up? We'll change that to green. Oh, I already hit that shit. I'm tripping. So we hit TP3 already. Cool. So if y'all haven't hit that first link already, go ahead and hit that first link. But we're going to go ahead and dive in that and break down this week, last week, and pretty much how this month's been going so far. So yesterday we took 3 trades. Took an L on the free channel, but took 2 W's in advance for the signal. Honestly, I just went in order. The SPX play was the first trade we took. Then the second trade was the gold trade. Then we took the GN trade. We broke down both the gold and the GN trade on yesterday's live. Literally, again, the members get more. The majority of the trades, they always get the first trade. So it just ended up the one in the free channel was the one that was a loss for the day. Ended yesterday 2-1. Had a total of 4,844 pips. SPX, all TPs got hit. We caught 4,800 pips. Gold XL got hit. GN, we took a buy on that. TP5 got hit, caught 44 pips. They should still be on my Instagram story. They might be expiring still, but y'all should be able to still see those screenshots of those positions on my Instagram story. But if you scroll up, you'll see those screenshots of positions on there as well. So you see right here, this is also, well, let's go to, whoops. So interesting enough, this right here, you can literally see price push up, and you see my second position here. And then we go to SPX, we'll see exactly that. It might just look a little bit different because that's the 5-minute chart and we're on a 15. But you see pretty much the same. Oh, SPX is trying to push up as well. But you see the move right here. I went for the second position, caught some pips there. They got wicked out, and then price dropped to the downside. But we see price pushing back up above here. So if price can hold this level, we're going to wait to see what the next 15 looks like, and then we're going to go from there. But we're going to see if we can take out the highs to the left. We're going to adjust the stop loss just slightly. So does this full move will be another nice 1 to 6 risk reward. It's pushing up nicely, but we want to see how it reacts once it breaks above this level. Out of curiosity, let's see what NAS is up to as well. Yeah, so NAS is doing the same exact thing. All right, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna wait for the next 15 and see how price reacts breaking above this level again. And why are we waiting for price to break above this level? Because again, we can see the same exact level is a strong support resistance level. We see when price hit the same level, rejected to the downside. We also see here how price treated this level as support. Then when it broke back below, treated as resistance. And then we also see, if we keep scrolling to the left, price do the same exact thing over and over again all this month. And then we go on bigger time frames, we can see price has been doing this for more than just this month, right? So let's zoom out. And then we're just going to scroll to the left. Like I tell my members and students all the time, you look to the left, it's going to explain what's happening to the right, which is the present, and what potentially is going to happen in the future. You see the exact same level still being respected the support resistance level, and this was all the way in 2021. This is August 2021. And then we keep scrolling, we'll probably see the same stuff, unless it hasn't been this high. Yeah, so it hasn't been this high in a minute, or it hasn't been this high. Yeah, so we can't see any more on this. But if we go on currency pairs, we can see things for sometimes decades. We actually broke that down and did that with GN on yesterday's live. So yeah, we do have this imbalance here, so it could end up rejecting this level and dropping. So we are going to be waiting for the next 15 just to see how price reacts to this level, and then we'll go from there. We're not going to jump the gun too soon or too early on it. We're just going to wait for our confirmations and then go from there. We're going to go back on the 15 though. New 15 just started. Yeah, and Ian's just has not retraced, so that that would have been a nice one to jump in on. But it literally started exploding to the upside as soon as the London session started. Nothing we can do about that one. All right, so far respecting it, but we're gonna wait to see how it reacts here. It's pushing up, but we're gonna wait to see how it reacts to this wall right here. So just join the stream. We have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. This week we're 5-2 right now. Last week we went 12-0, and then last month we went 55-4. You hit that first link, you'll be able to check that out and see it for yourself. Now this is interesting. I'm looking at some stuff on my other screen right now. Yeah, but Ian ended up exploding. So a little bit unfortunate. Again, I did end up taking this one. I was typing up the trade signal, but like I always say, price is never just going to stop for us. That's why we do these lives. If y'all were here in the beginning, we did break this down in the beginning. But as you can see here, did a nice retest. That thing exploded. And then you see here, I marked this level. I was saying if it could retrace back down below this level, we could look for another entry, or in this case, I could post a signal. But you literally see how it retested off this level, tapped it, and it continued to shoot to the upside. So we're going to wait to see if it's going to retrace, or we're going to wait for the next possible entry once it hits the top of that daily level. Let's see what gold's up to as well. Gold's chilling right here at this level. Yeah, so it's retesting that. So we're gonna let that do its thing for right now. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered this yet. It's just a trade idea. Only in one. Well, we're in two trades right now. One trade I couldn't post in time. Another trade me and the members are in. We'll just hit TP3 on. But we're just chilling right now. So it's respecting it so far, but we're going to be waiting for a little bit more confirmations for price to not just turn green, but show that it's trying to push and break this lower traffic to the left. As soon as I did that, we see price doing that. We got a new 5-minute about to pop up. Let's go ahead and move this down. Again, we're waiting to see if it's going to hold this low as support. So far, it is. Price is overall bullish. Right now, it could just be struggling to break through this level of traffic to the left. But basically, like I said, as long as it can respect this level here around 45.35, 45.30, we can continue to look for buys. So the price can break and hold above this level. We can look for a buy and see if price can break this high that it hit yesterday, but not just wick it, but stay above this level. And if it can do so, then we can see price head towards these highs that we've been talking about all week, potentially hitting this quarter. We've been catching buys literally for the longest time. We've been bullish for a while, so no reason to look for sells, especially when, you know, the structure hasn't been broken yet. And if y'all ever confused on how to identify the trend or whether to look for buys or sells on certain setups, go ahead and check this video out. All right, the video is titled How to Identify the Trend. I break down real examples with the bar replay. I show an example of a trend and show examples and key signs to look for of the trend literally changing in real time. So make sure to check this video out, y'all. This is like the last week of the month. We have a couple days next week, and then, you know, August starts, but this is the last week of the month. So the last week and the first week of the month, like I always talk about, are the toughest weeks to trade. If you just go, y'all should be, you know, marking down and writing down y'all's trading history, every trade y'all take every day, how it went, besides, you know, taking notes down. But if y'all aren't, go ahead and start doing that. But also check out the Telegram and you can see for yourself. Literally just look at how the first week of this month, the first week of last month went, the first week of the month before that went. Then look at the second week, the third week, and the fourth week. We did this on Monday, I believe. And depending on what these candlesticks do, we might do with this stream as well. But that's why it's so important to really mark down, take notes, and write down the history of your trades. That way, things will start to add up. You can put 2 to 2 together, see some coincidences, or see things that aren't coincidences, or notice things that you didn't notice to begin with at all. But let me find this video. All right, there we go. So it's going to be this one right here. There we go. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all in here. What do you look for in a confirmation? That's a good question. My mic is glitching, so if it's acting up, just restart the stream because it sounds good on my end. So sometimes if it sounds staticky, just restart the stream because I'm listening to it right now. It sounds fine. And I know sometimes you'll do that, but you know, it is what it is. It's been acting up the past couple of days. Could be the signal where I'm at right now, but we're going to keep it pushing. So this is a good question. So what I look for confirmations, all right, is very simple. And actually, if you haven't watched this video, which is my most recent trade breakdown, I break all that down literally step by step. I'm still going to answer it right now, though. But still make sure to check this out. This was a 1 to 5 reward trade I broke down. This was a trade one of my students made $5,000 on. I break it down from start to finish. This was on the GN trade. Yeah, I hear the static now. Let me try to restart the stream and see if that works. But it was acting up yesterday, too. We're going to see that this fits. But basically what I look for is I have these levels marked off. Now, if you're curious on how to identify these levels, mark them off. Obviously, I go over that with the members and advanced signal, but I do got some videos on the YouTube as well that break down this. Like my recent video I dropped, I think it's like my 4th one down. The one is titled Simple Way How to Read Candlesticks. You watch that one. This will show you how to do this also. But basically what I look for is, again, support, resistance, price action, liquidity. It's all the same stuff. People just call it different things. It's literally all the same stuff. So what I look for is, if we're looking for a buy, I'm looking for price to treat the level as a support. If I'm looking for a sell, I'm looking for price to treat this level as a resistance. Right? I enter a buy, I enter the price is low, so I can ride the wave up. For a sell, I wait for prices high, or retracing, testing the resistance level, so I can ride the wave down. Okay, so you see these levels I have marked off. Let's just use this one as an example because it's the most recent one. So all I'm going to do is highlight it, right? And you see literally when price hit this level, not only did it accurately, let's zoom in. I want to make sure y'all really see this. Okay? This is why I trade off these levels. So you literally see how price literally tapped this level, rejected, went through this level, closed back above it, and then you even see right here how price literally tapped this level and shot back up. You even see right here how price literally tapped this level and shooting up. That's how accurate. You see how price tapped this level, rejected. So this is why we trade off these levels. So if I entered off a support level, going with the trend, if it's an uptrend or bullish, and I'm not over leveraging, just look what happens. So not only am I going with the overall trend direction of the price, which is a buy, but then I enter off a key price level, which we see time after time after time again, it's being treated and respected as support and or resistance level. Then you just have a high percentage of price going your way, right? So that's why I trade off these levels. Like this was a buy I went off of on SPX early this week as well. And let's just do a bar replay really quick, just to see really quick, just how price reacts off these levels in real time. Boom, boom, boom. Wait for the retest. So bam, you literally saw how price, let me zoom in. You literally saw how price tapped this level, then shot up and bounced off of it. And then what happened after that? They exploded to the upside. Not a coincidence. Even with the EN setup that I was trying to call out earlier and put in the free channel, even with the EN setup, it did the same exact thing. This level was a resistance level, waiting for it to break and treat as support. Literally the next candlestick exploded to the upside. Alright, let's do the bar replay on this. I'm going to open this level up. You see how I tapped that level, wicked it, rejected. You see how it's about to retest this level again. Rejected it. Third time's the charm. Then that thing exploded to the upside, right? So that's why, and we saw this happen yesterday's live and on Tuesday's live when we was looking for GA sales. What did we do? We waited for the confirmation. Once our confirmation wasn't met, we left the trade alone. And what happened? It rejected and shot up. So imagine if we didn't wait for confirmations or we just entered off a touch and go, which is basically if price just tapped the level, it didn't like break above or retest, then you know our win rate would be a lot lower than it is right now. That's why I have no issue with patient waiting. Because even if we would have, you know, sometimes we enter a trade right when it does this, yeah, it might end up going in our favor, but we end up just ranging and drawing out for unnecessary time. So that's basically what I look for confirmations. Mic check problem. I don't know. My mic's, it was working fine earlier. Let me see if it's still acting up. Yeah, let me restart this. Give me 1 second. Test, test, test. It's like a delay, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's like if I grab it or like put on the board, it'd be acting up. I don't know. But we're about to end the live in a little bit, anyways. I'm gonna test it out later this weekend. But it was working right earlier this week. It was starting to act up yesterday as well. Let me try one more thing. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't work, it is what it is. It's just gonna keep acting up for this room. Yeah, it's still static. I don't know what's going on with it. It was just working fine earlier. It could just be my signal. But you said it might be a mic jack problem, so it could be that too. I do be dropping it a lot. I might have messed it up for real this time. But then now it's sounding clear. I don't know. Maybe I was messing with it. Maybe that's why I need to just adjust it. Yeah, I don't hear the static no more. All right, cool. All right, it's working now. So y'all didn't hear that explanation. Basically, what I was saying is, okay, now it's acting static here again. It's like if I move the angle, it starts acting up. Anyways, so yeah, SPX new 15 is still respecting this level of support. So if it tries to push out, might go for a buy on this because again, we are still bullish. But again, we do have news going on later on today. So nothing going on in London session, but 8:30 we got Canadian and USD news. We got GDP for Canada. We got an employment cost for USD, and then at 10 a.m. we got the revised UOM consumer sentiment. But let's see what these other pairs are up to. All right, so gold's rejecting this level. Yeah, so if it keeps rejecting this level, and plus the way it's wicking, it might try to head down. We got a few levels of traffic, but it might try to head down to 1940 to 1930, 34. I could possibly see price. Now, depending on, like I said before, depending on how price reacts here, price could try to push back up. But if it keeps rejecting this level and heads down to 1920, we could be looking for sales again next week. All right, we've been catching an entire wave down, just like prior. We was catching an entire wave up. Those that have been in here since the beginning of this year, and we look at market structure right now. We're right on top of a strong support resistance level, and the way the wick is looking, we could look for possible sells. I'm not going to jump the gun too soon though on it. But yeah, this week's definitely been one of the tougher weeks. We still are up for the week, but obviously we've taken a lot less sell. I mean, not less sales, but a lot less positions than last week or the week before in general. And we can pull it up and go over that in just a second. Well, we can do that right now, actually. So we're in the free channel. We just went over how yesterday went 2-1. Those that just started the stream, we went 2-1. Took an L in the free channel. Took a huge 4,800 pip W on SPX, and then GN we took GBPJPY got hit, got 44 pips. Speaking of GN, let's break that down. And this is what I'm talking about too. So this is why it's important to secure profits, and also, like I always say, if price goes your way, know why it went your way. If price doesn't go your way, we know why it didn't go your way. So if we pull up GN, this is a trade that we also broke down and entered on yesterday's live, but this was the original setup. The full move was this, but obviously before I did that, it rejected and hit our stop loss. Then later on last night, guess what? It came back up to this level and ended up finishing the full move and is about to hit our final target points right here. So if I was here on the charts, I would have been able to re-enter this and not only have what I've been securing some money here because I moved my SL in profit, but I could have re-entered, not only secured money on this trade instead of losing money, but I would have made even more money back on this. But let's say the other hand, let's say you didn't secure profits, which I still recommend y'all do, and stop loss got hit. You could have waited for the re-entry and made not just your money back, but way more money, right? How? Because again, risk to reward. Let's break this down really quick, especially because markets are slow right now. Nothing really going on, so we can break down and go on the educational side. Again, like I always talk about, trading isn't just about entering trades. You got to understand things before you can even enter trades. So let's break down risk to reward. Now I do got a video breaking down risk to reward. Okay, sounds clear now. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I had it like bent towards me, but then when I straightened it up, Now it sounds clear. So I don't know if the angle is messing it up, but it's working now. So that's what's important. So let me go ahead and drop this video in the chat, and then we're going to break this down. All right. So this video is called Risk to Reward and Why It Is Important. All right. And risk to reward and proper lot size calculation is one of the two ways where even if you have a terrible win rate, you can still profit long term, which is the end of the week and the end of the month and the end of the quarter. And I'm about to break this down. And it's going to make sense after I break it down. All right. So give me 1 second. All right, cool. So I get this scenario all the time, but let's just break this down, this one really quick. So let's say, like I always say in all my disclaimers, I recommend risking 1 to 5% of your account per trade. So let's just say that, let's say we're risking 5% of our account. And just for this example, to keep it simple, let's say 5% of our account is $10. Right? Let's just use simple numbers. So we're risking $10 per trade. So since we're risking $10 per trade, that means every trade we take, we need to be risking the same amount, because if you just, you can't put the same lot size for every trade unless the stop loss is the exact same for every trade, but usually it's not going to be the case, right? So, and also, think about it like this. Let's say this trade's a 20 pip stop loss and I have a 50 pip stop loss, and I enter the same lot size for both trades and they both hit the stop loss. I'm going to lose way more money on the 50 pip than the 20 pip. Versus if I change the lot size based on what I'm trying to risk, which is my 5%, which in this example is $10, then even if it's a 20 pip stop loss on this trade and the second trade is a 50 pip stop loss, and they both hit stop loss, I'm still only going to lose $10 per trade. Okay, so that's why it's so important to know how to count pips. If you don't know how to count pips, you shouldn't be trading on a live account. I'm just going to keep it like that. But let's go back to what I was talking about. So let me put this on the screen really quick. What is risk to reward and why it's important? So back to the example, we're risking $10 per trade, right? So let's say we took this buy and we did what we shouldn't have done, which was we didn't secure profits. We made a mistake and we lost $10, right? Then we re-entered. Now, right now, the trade is at a 1 to 2, almost 1 to 3 risk to reward. So we're over 2 times what we're risking. So we're almost up $30. So we're just going to round up because it says 2.7. So how rounding up works, that's going to be 3. So let's just say we're up 3 times our risk. So we lost $10 here, but because we risked the same amount each trade and our setup is a nice risk to reward setup, even though we lost $10, we're up 20, almost $30 here. Now, this would not be the case if we didn't calculate our lot size to risk the same amount each trade. Now, imagine if you would have secured profits here, made a couple dollars, then re-enter. So not only did you not lose this trade, you made some money on this trade, but then you re-entered and were able to catch the full move. And this happens all the time. All right, a lot of times when y'all stop loss gets hit and you see it pumping back in your direction, this is one of the reasons. It probably just wasn't ready to do the move. Volume wasn't there yet, did another retest, whatever the case may be. Because you see it right here, after price did this pump, reattempted, rejected, hit this level, rejected, retested, range one more time. Then after that, after retest, one more retest, then that thing finally broke out and exploded to the upside. We also saw that happen with gold, right? So with these lower volume weeks, you will definitely see this happen a lot. So we even saw this happen with gold. Went for a buy on this on Monday, hit TP1 twice, reattempted to try to make a new high, rejected to the downside. Later on this week, came back up, could have made your money back, right? It's that simple. But let's see what these pairs are up to. Whoops, it'll help if I click the right screen. Yeah, so we're watching NAS and SPX. Other currency pairs I don't really like. I'm still in EN, but as far as the other currency pairs, I don't really like this right now. Next week should be smoother. We do have some more high impact news because it's going to be the first week of the month. as we see right here, we got ADP on, well, it'll help if we start on Monday, right? So Monday, it's looking like a clean looking Monday. So it's going to be depending on how the volume looks, whether we'll have some nice setups or not. Then Tuesday, we do have a Chinese holiday. We've got some Australian news right before London session. And then we don't really have anything till 10 a.m. USD news events. Then when market reopens, we have New Zealand news. So next week's looking a lot cleaner, but then we do have ADP on Wednesday. And then we have unemployment claims Thursday and Friday. So yeah, it's going to be definitely interesting, but it should be a lot cleaner and smoother these next couple weeks. But that's pretty much it. We're looking at possible NAS and SPX buys. We can respect these levels. Not going to look for sells unless it breaks back down below these levels here. And that's pretty much going to be the game plan for today, y'all. All right, make sure that like button, y'all. Make sure that subscribe button. Make sure to check out all the videos on this channel because we don't just live trade and live stream, but every week we post some nice videos. We just dropped a trade breakdown this week. We dropped another one last week. We got trading psychology videos. We got trading tip videos, trading plan videos. We dropped a few of those videos in the chat during the live earlier today, or earlier during the stream. And we're going to be back at it next week, y'all. London session 3 a.m. EST. If y'all want to contact me directly, hit me up on Instagram. Make sure to follow me there and on TikTok. Y'all should see it on the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram is playmaker_way. TikTok is playmaker way. I post daily on both pages, and we out.